Hi dear teachers, welcome to today's session on ICT in Education MCQ series, which is one of the important topic in teaching aptitude. So with your permission, I want to start MCQ series. Thank you. So here is the first question. What does acronym ICT stands for in the context of education? Internet and computer technology, B. Information and communication technology, C. Integrated classroom technology, D. Internal communication technology. Tools. So here is the answer. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. ICT refers to the broad spectrum of used to create, store, transmit, share, exchange information encompassing hardware, software, networks, and digital media used in education process. So, usage of these technological devices for betterment of education, and that is about the ICT tool, which is nothing but information and communication technology. Question number 2. Which government initiative serves as the One Nation, One Digital platform for school education in India, heavily featuring QR coded textbook? Swayam, Diksha, Nishta, Pragya. So that is about Diksha. The answer is, what is Diksha? Digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing is a national platform for school education. It offers teachers, students, and parents engaging learning material relevant to the prescribed school curriculum, notably accessed via QR codes printed in textbook. That is about Diksha flag. One nation, one digital flag. Question number 3. Swayam is a massive government initiative aimed at providing A. Free laptops to the rural student, high speed broadband to the village panchayat, free online MOOCs. What is that? Massive open online course from class 9th to post graduation. Midday meal through digital tracking. So here is answer. Free online MCQ from MOOCs, free online MOOCs from class 9th to post graduation. Swayam means what? Study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. Host thousands of free high quality online courses created by top Indian faculty, accessible to anyone anywhere to achieve the principles of access, equity, and quality. Fourth one, the Swayam platform deliver courses through a four quadrant approach. Which of the following is not one of these quadrants? Video lectures, specially prepared reading material that can downloaded, self-assessment test through quizzes, mandatory face-to-face physical attendance. So here, which is not a negative one is asking, so that is mandatory face-to-face physical attendance. The four quadrants are video lecture, specifically prepared reading material, self-assessment test quiz, and an online discussion forum for clearing doubts. It is entirely digital, not physical. Fifth one. Which flagship program is the world's largest integrated teacher and school health training program currently delivered online via Diksha platform? So that is about Nishta, Nipur Bharat, PM Pushna, E Patshala. So that's about Nishta. What is Nishta? National Initiative for School Aids and Teachers Holistic Advancement. Holistic Advancement aims to build the capacities of millions of teachers and school principals. Initially face to face, it was successfully transitioned to an online platform via Diksha. 61. Which flagship program is world largest integrated teacher program school head? See, this is already repeated. Sorry. Okay, fifth one, sixth one. Sorry, sixth one. Okay, sir, no problem. We go over seventh one. Swayam Prabha, a key component of PME Vidya, utilizes the which technology to reach students who do not have internet access. So that's our Swayam Prabha. The answer is fiber optic broadband DTH, direct to home television channel, FM radio, print media. So that's about answer is DTH. Swayam Prabha is a group of DTH channel devoted to telecasting high quality education program 24 by 7 using GSAT 15 satellite, ensuring that educational content reaches students without stable internet connection. That is GSAT 15 DTH channel. Right one. The Prashast mobile app developed by NCRT serves what specific educational purpose? Pre-assessment holistic screening tool for early identification of disability, tracking physical fitness of students, a platform for students to complain about cyberbullying, a payment gateway for school fees. So here is the answer that is about pre-assessment holistic screening tool for early identification of disability. Prashast helps teachers and school administrators systematically screen for and identify the 21 conditions recognized under the RPWD Act 2016, facilitating early intervention for students with special needs. Ninth one. In the context of special education software, like JAS or NVDA are examples of video editing tooling, screen readers, antivirus software, learning management systems. That is about screen readers, assistive technology. Screen readers are essentially assistive technologies for the visually impaired. They interpret what is displayed on a computer screen and translate it into speech like audio or output it to refreshable braille display. 10th one. Which technology overlays traditional information like images, text, sound onto the real world environment through a device camera? That is VR, virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, blockchain. So it is the answer that is about augmented reality. AR adds digital elements to live view, pointing a phone at a textbook page and seeing a 3D model of heart pop up. VR, on the other hand, implies a complete immersion experience that shuts out the physical world. So that is about augmented reality. 11th one. Which term describe a software application for the administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, and delivery of education courses or training programs. Optical character recognition OCR, learning management system LMS, content delivery network CDN, virtual private network VPN. So here is the answer is learning management system LMS. And LMS like Moodle, Canvas, Google Classroom is the digital framework that handles all aspects of learning process where teachers can upload materials, give assignment and track students' progress. 12th one. When a student uses speech to text software, they are primarily overcoming a barrier related to visual impairment, that is blindness, attention processing disorder, C. Fine motor skills or specific writing disability, which we call dysgraphia, D. Deafness. So here is your answer is fine motor skill or specific writing disability, which we call dysgraphia. Speech to text dictation software allows students who struggle with the physical act of typing writing who have dysgraphia to express their thoughts verbally and have the computer type them out. Like Einstein. Sorry, not Einstein, that is Stephen Hawking. 13th one. OER is a massive movement in modern education technology. What does it stands? OER, online examination registration, open educational resource, organized electronic records, official education registry. So here OER is about open educational resource. OER teaching, learning, research materials that resides in public domain or have been released under an open license like Creative Commons that permit no cost access, use, adaptation and redistribution by others. 14th one. Which is the following example of a synchronous digital learning activity? Watching a pre-recorded lecture on YouTube, participating in a live video conferencing class on Zoom or Google Meet, reading a PDF uploaded by the teacher yesterday, posting a comment on a discussion forum. So here, participating in a live video conferencing class on Zoom or Google. Synchronous learning happens in real time. Students and teachers interact simultaneously. Asynchronous learning happens on the student's own schedule without real time interaction. Live means synchronous. Phishing is a major cyber safety threat. What does it involve? Illegally downloading movies, sending fraudulent emails and messages that appear to be from a repeated sources to trick individuals into revealing personal information like password. Cyberbullying, a classmate anonymously and overusing social media. So here is the answer. Sending fraudulent emails or messages that appears to be from a reputable source to trick individuals into revealing personal information like password. So phishing is a form of social engineering where attackers deceive users into handing over sensitive data by pretending to be trustworthy entity like a bank or a school administrator. 16th one, a permanent traceable record of all your online activities, including social media posts, browsing history, and digital interactions, is known as your digital footprint, cyber shadow, digital divide, web cookie. And it is about that is about digital footprint. Everything you do online leaves a footprint. Teaching a student about their digital footprint is a core part of digital citizenship, as these records can impact their future college admissions and job prospects. Which government portal provides student, teacher and parent access to digital textbook for all classes, graded learning materials and audio visual resources. ICT ही पाठशाला उमंग डिजिट लैकर. So his answer is a पाठशाला developed by NCRT and the Ministry of Education. E-Pathshala is a portal and app that provide free access to educational resources including NCRT textbook in digital format. 18th one. What is the primary purpose of assistive technology in inclusive class? 18th one. To make the teacher's grading process faster. B. To maintain and improve the functional capabilities of individuals with disabilities, granting them equal access to learning. C. Strictly monitor students' attendance. D. Replace the need for special education teachers entirely. So his answer is to maintain and improve functional capabilities of individuals with disabilities, granting them equal access to learning. Assistive technology bridges the gap between students' abilities and demands of the environment, whether it's a simple pencil grip or an advanced eye tracking communication device. Question number 19. In the context of cyber ethics, what does the term plagiarism specifically mean? Hacking into school database to change a grade, using someone else's work, ideas, word, presenting them as your own without proper credit or citation, spreading a computer virus, legally streaming sports matches. Illegally. So here his answer is using someone else's work, ideas, words, or presenting them as your own without proper credit or citation. Plagiarism is a severe violation of academic and cyber ethics. Where the ease of copy pasting from internet, educator must actively teach students how to properly research and cite their sources. 20. Netiquette is the approach match of internet and etiquette is primarily referred to. Okay, this is a particular phrase word. Netiquette is a portmanteau of internet and etiquette. It refers to what? Speed of broadband connection, physical posture one should have while trying, the correct or acceptable way of communicating and behaving on the internet, the law governing international cybercrime. So here is the answer. The correct or acceptable way of communicating and behaving on the internet. Netiquette covers rules like not typing all caps, which imply shouting, being respectable in forums, not spamming, and respecting others' privacy online. 21st one. A student with profound physical and speech disabilities uses a device that generates speech from text they type using a specialized switch. This device is known as alternative alternative assessment tool. Sorry, that is called alternative assessment tool. AAC, augmentative and alternative communication device. OCR, optical character recognition scanner. FM system. So here is answer is augmentative and alternative communication device. Augmentative and alternative communication devices help individuals with severe expressive communication disorders to express their thoughts, needs, and ideas. They range from simple picture boards to high-tech speech generating device. 22nd, which modern technology has the potential to provide highly personalized tutoring by adapting the difficulty of questions in real time based on students' response. Artificial intelligence and machine learning, 3D printing, C. Cloud storage, D. Interactive whiteboards. So here is answer is artificial intelligence and machine learning. AI powers adaptive learning platform by analyzing data on how a student learns and where they make a mistake. AI algorithms can tailor the education content, pacing, and difficulty specifically for that individual. Question number 23rd. Under PM E-Vidya, the government promote the development of e-content in the DICE format. The DICE format is specifically designed for A. Students with hearing impairment. B. Student with physical or motor disabilities. C. Students with visual impairment and print disabilities. D. Students living in remote areas without electricity. So here is the answer, students with visual impairment and print disabilities. So DICE stands for what? Digital Accessible Information System. It is a technical standard for digital audiobooks, periodicals, and computerized text, providing navigable audio, that audio and text that is crucial for the blind and dyslexic. 24th one. The concept of the digital divide refers to. So that is about the physical distance between computer and a server, the gap between those who have access to modern information and communication technology and those who do not, the difference between Apple and Android operating system. D. The process of splitting a large file into smaller pieces for downloading. So digital divide means here the gap between those who have access to more information and communication technology and those who do not. The digital divide became highly apparent during COVID-19 pandemic, highlighting socio-economic and geographic disparities where some students had high-speed internet and devices while others had no digital access at all. 25th one. Creative Commons is important for teachers utilizing digital resources because it provides search engine that only find academic papers, a standardized way to grant copyright permission to creative work, allowing free distribution of and otherwise copyrighted work, a firewall that blocks inappropriate content in school, a paid subscription service for lesson plans. So here is the answer is a standardized way to grant copyright permission to create your work, allowing free distribution of and otherwise means you can take others copyrighted work. So here CC license allows creator to dictate exactly how their work can be used, shared and adapted by others. Free to use as long as you give credit, and that means plagiarism. Do not That's about the case of the plagiarism. Don't sell it. Forming the backbone of forming the backbone of the OER movement. 26 one. Which feature of video conference software is most useful for facilitating small group work or cooperative learning during synchronous online classes? So that is about screen sharing, breakout rooms, virtual background, mute all participants. So here is answer is breakout rooms. Breakout rooms allow the teacher to temporarily split the main online meeting into multiple smaller private sessions where students can collaborate, discuss and work on group project before returning to main room. 27th one. To protect students' data privacy, a school must ensure that education software they use complies with the data protection laws. This means the software should not track student progress on assignment, provide feedback to teachers, sell students' personal information and browsing habit to third-party advertiser. D. Require a password to log in. So the answer is sell students' personal information and barring browsing habits to third-party advertisers. Digital safety and ethics require that student data, which is sensitive, to be heavily protected, encrypted, and used strictly for education purpose. Never monetized or sold to third party. Question number 28. Sorry. An FM frequency model system is an assistive technology primarily used in classroom to assist students with vision loss, autism spectrum disorder, hearing impairment and auditory processing issue, mobility impairment. So your answer is hearing impairment and auditory processing issues. An FM system consists of microphone owned by the teacher and a receiver owned by the student, often connected hearing aids. It transmits teacher's voice directly into student's ear, cutting through classroom background noise. The Pragyata guidelines issued by the Minister of Education primarily deals with A. Guidelines for midday meal nutrition. B. Guidelines for digital education including screen time limits and ergonomics for online classes. Guidelines for building earthquake resistant schools. D. Guidelines for conducting board examination. It is answer. Guidelines for digital education including screen time limits and ergonomics for online classes. Issued during the shift to online learning, Pragyat provides recommendations on safe online learning, outline specific screen time limits for different age groups to prevent digital eye strain and mental fatigue. Question number 30. Which of the following is a classic example of cyberbullying? Student, two students arguing loudly in the school cafeteria. A student repeatedly posting humiliating, altered photos of classmate on social media with derogatory comments. A student forgetting their password to the school portal. A teacher giving a student a teacher giving a student a failing grade on digital assessment. So here is the answer is a student repeatedly posting humiliating altered photos of classmate on social media with a derogatory comments. Cyberbullying is a bullying that takes place over digital devices. It includes sending, posting, sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else, often anonymously and with a wide, rapid audience. 31st one. What is cloud computing in the context of school ICT? Using computers to protect weather pattern, storing and accessing data, software, education resources over the internet instead of local computers hard drive. A network consisting only wireless routers. D. Printing document from a mobile phone. So it is the answer. Storing and accessing data, software and education resource over the internet instead of local computers or drive. Cloud. Cloud tools like Google Workspace, Microsoft 365 allows students and teachers to collaborate on documents simultaneously, access their work from any device, and ensure data is not lost if a physical device breaks. 32. Ransomware is a malicious type of software that has increasingly targeted school district. What does it? Spies on students through their webcams. B. It encrypts a victim's files and network, rendering them inaccessible and demands payment to restore access. C. It displays annoying pop-up advertisement. D. It automatically grades multiple choice tests incorrectly. So it is answer is it encrypts a victim's files and network, rendering them inaccessible and demands payment to restore access. Ransomware is a severe cyber threat where hackers lack a school's digital infrastructure, preventing access to students' record, lessons, and communication until financial ransom is paid. 33. An interactive whiteboard differs from a traditional projector screen primarily because it does not require electricity, allow user to control the computer and manipulate digital object, can only display black and white images, emits harmful radiation. So here is the answer. Allow users to control the computer, manipulate digital object, and write digitally directly on the white surface. Interactive whiteboards transform a passive viewing experience into an interactive alone, allowing teachers and students to interact with the project content via touch or special pens. 34. In evaluating the credibility of digital information, what does CRAAP test stands for? Computer routers algorithm application programs, currency relevance authority accuracy purpose, content reliability assessment alignment presentation, cyber risk and assessment protocol. So is the answer currency relevance authority accuracy purpose. The CRAAP test is the checklist to help students critically evaluate web resources to combat misinformation. It asks, is the info correct? Is it relevant? Who is the author? Authority. Is it true? That means accuracy. Why was it written? Purpose. So that is question. So here currency relevance. Currency means here related to the current. Is this okay? There is, you should go with the current. Sorry, current. You should consider this one is it asks, is the info is correct? Is the current means present? Is the current relevant? Authority, accuracy, and purpose. A flipped classroom relies heavily on ICT because students use calculator instead of mental math. A teacher's lectures are recorded and watched digitally by students at home, freeing up physical class time for active problem solving. C. Desks are arranged facing the back of the room. D. Students are required to code their own learning software. So here is the answer. The teacher's lecture are recorded and watched digitally by a student at home, freeing up physical class time for active problem solving. ICT makes flipped model possible. Video hosting, LMS, and broadband allow the direct instruction to be consumed outside of class walls at the student's own pace. That is, for a student with poor fine motor control, what is a keyboard? A software that remembers passwords. B. A rigid cover placed over a keyboard with a hose directly above each key, preventing accidental multiple key strokes. C. A security guard had to protect the computer lab, a biometric fingerprinting sensor. So here is the answer. A rigid cover placed over a keyboard with a hose directly above each key, preventing accidental multiple keystrokes. So that is keyguard. A keyguard is a low-tech assistive technology. Individuals with tremors or poor coordination can rest their hand on the guard and press a finger through the specific hole, preventing them from accidentally hitting adjacent keys. 36. OLABS, OLABS. Online Labs is an initiative founded by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology to provide medical test for school children, virtual interactive simulations for science experiment for students who lacks access to physical laboratory infrastructure, coding boot camps for teachers, free internet in rural laboratories. So here is online labs, that is about virtual internet simulations of science experiment for students who lack access to physical laboratory infrastructure. OLabs allows students to perform experiments visually observing chemical reactions or physics principle on their screen, thereby democratizing access to practical science education. That is right, which basic cyber safety practice adds a second layer of security behind just a password to prevent unauthorized access to an educational account. So your answer, clearing browser cache using incognito mode, two factor authentication, multi factor authentication, turning off the monitor. So your answer, two factor authentication or multi factor authentication. 2FA requires the user to provide two different authentication factors to verify themselves. Example password and temporary code sent via SMS or authenticator app, drastically reducing the risk of account hacking. 39. What is ergonomics in the context of ICT used by students? The speed of computers process, designing and arranging the workplace like chair, desk, screen, height to fit the user, preventing physical strain and repetitive motion injuries. The economic cost of buying computers, D. The study of computer virus. So here is the answer, ergonomics, designing and arranging the workplace like chair, desk, screen, height to fit the user, preventing physical strain and repetitive motion injuries. Prolonged ICT can lead to digital eye strain, backache, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Ergonomics involve positioning the screen at the eye level, maintaining proper posture, and using appropriate seating. 40. A podcast is an education ICT tool that primarily utilizes which format? Text and hyperlinks, digital audio files, high definition video, virtual reality simulation. So here is answer is digital audio files. Podcast or episodic series of spoken word, digital audio files that users can download or stream. They are excellent for auditory learners for providing content that students can listen to while commuting. commuting. 41. The end year initiative stands for National Digital Education Architecture, National Digital Era in Academic Research, National Department of Education Augmented Reality, Network for Digital Education and Rural Access. So here the answer is National digital education architecture. NDR act as a technological blueprint and federated architecture. It provides building blocks like a unified student registry or credentialing system that states and private entities can use to build interoperable interoperable education software. 42nd. Which one of the following is considered violation of fair use in education setting? A teacher showing short clip sorry a teacher showing short clip for a documentary to illustrate a point. B. A student quoting a paragraph from a book in their essay with a proper citation. C. A teacher photocopying an entire commercial textbook, distributing it to all 100 students to save them money. A teacher parodying a popular song to teach grammar. So here is fair use. That's about a teacher photocopying an entire commercial textbook and distributing it to all 100 students to save them money. Which are the following considered violation of fair use in identity? See, fair that book is taken photocopy and distributing to others in free manner. That is the wrong method. While fair use allows limited use of copyrighted material for educational purpose, copying an entire work and impacting the creator's commercial market is a copyright violation. Question number 43. A wiki, like a Wikipedia or a private class wiki, is distinct from a standard website because it only allows the creator to edit it, allow multiple users to collaboratively create, edit, and link web pages easily, cost money to access, does not require the internet. So here is a allow multiple users to collaboratively create, edit, link web pages easily. Allow multiple users to collaboratively create, edit, link web pages easily. Wikis are inherently collaborative tools. In education, a class wiki allows students to jointly construct knowledge, build study guides, and review each other's contribution in a shared digital space. 44. Closed captioning, an educational video is legally mandated in many regions while designed as assistive technology for the deaf. It also provides the universal design benefit of making the video completely silent, helping students who are learning the language or students watching in a noise environment to comprehend the material, automatically grading the video, increasing the resolution of the video. So that is about closed captioning, helping students who are learning the language or student watching in a noisy environment to comprehend the material. This is a classic example of universal design for learning, a feature designed for specific disability, hence up benefiting a much wider range of diverse learners. 45. Which term describe the malicious practice of manipulating a child online to establish emotional connection with the ultimate intent of sexual abuse or exploitation. So that is phishing, cyber grooming, spoofing and doxing. So your answer is that is about cyber grooming. Cyber grooming is a critical digital safety issue. Predators use fake profiles on social media or gaming platform to build trust with the child, eventually isolating them and causing them to inappropriate act. 46. To foster digital safety, schools often use web filtering software. The primary purpose of this is to block all access to the internet to prevent distraction, automatically correct students' spelling errors, restrict access, inappropriate, explicit, malicious website on the school's network, monitor how fast students can type. So here is the answer is about see restrict access to inappropriate, explicit or malicious website on the school's network. Web filters or content control software are used to protect minors by blocking URLs categorized as the dangerous, illegal, or contrary to the school's acceptable use policy. So, thank you and all the best. It is the last question, this one. And thank you. All the best for your exam.